Hey y'all, Michelle Raza here with the Finding Yourself Book Club. Today we're going to keep discussing John Gottman's What Makes Love Last. We're talking about 10 other ways to betray your lover. 2 videos ago we just gave you the overview where we listed the 10 ways. Today we're going to go into way number 2, a non-sexual affair. And please do check out our website. We're at www.findingyourselfsatx.com. There you can take our life balance questionnaire and contact us. The first consult is always free. 10 other ways to betray your lover. Number 2, a non-sexual affair. It is common for platonic friendships to develop if you were in the trenches with somebody day after day. Some people refer to on-the-job camaraderie as having a work wife or work husband, though you can also forge such connections at the gym, a favorite watering hole or cafe, or while pursuing a hobby or volunteer work. These relationships are non-sexual by definition, but buddies may get to know intimate details about each other's lives. Having a work wife or work husband is not necessarily a betrayal. Here's the rule. If you think your partner would be uncomfortable watching your interactions with this person or be upset by the confidences you've shared, the closeness is dangerous. You are reversing the walls and windows of your sound relationship house to hide the new friendship. Should your partner discover a knowing email from this other, the result can be just as devastating as telltale aftershave or perfume on the bedroom sheets. Margot learns of her husband's sexless affair when they host a backyard picnic for his fellow middle school teachers. Ken has never mentioned Vicky, the new head of the math department, so imagine Margot's surprise when the woman arrives at the event already knowing the family's cuckapoo by name and chiding him for always chewing on Ken's socks. Vicky seems privy to all of Ken's little ways. She even brings bubble pops for the kids, their favorite treat. Margot raises an eyebrow at Ken. How does this woman know so much? Ken looks sheepish, and Margot's stomach falls. Later, when his wife confronts him, Ken argues that his friendship with Vicky is no big deal because they're just friends. He accuses Margot of being irrational and jealous, saying this is why he had kept quiet about Vicky. He knew Margot would go ballistic. Margot is certain there's nothing irrational about her fury and jealousy. Whether or not he can admit it to himself, her husband is cheating. The proof lies in his secrecy. Jasmine faced a surprisingly common version of this buddy problem. Her husband, Charlie, never detached himself from his first wife. Whenever Alice needed help, Charlie galloped in. Jasmine respected her husband for his compassion. He was a stand-up guy who knew Alice was struggling with the aftermath of their split. But Jasmine's patience only went so far. One night, she arrived home from work to discover Alice sipping peppermint tea on her sofa. The power went out in her house, Charlie explained. Hasn't she ever heard of a hotel? Jasmine hissed. She gave her husband an ultimatum that night. Me or her. Charlie agreed to cut off contact with Alice. How do you know if your partner's shared connection with someone else is a sexless affair and not an innocent friendship? Is the friendship hidden? Are your questions about the friendship discouraged? Have you asked for it to end and hit a brick wall? Have your boundaries been disrespected? For example, I asked you not to go to concerts with him. Is the friend the subject of fantasies during rough patches in the relationship? If the answer to any of these questions is yes, the friendship is too intimate. So the non-sexual affair, has also been called the emotional affair. And I think it's hard, right? Because at some level, especially if you're working outside the home, you're going to be talking to and interacting with your coworkers often more than even your spouse, right? Because you're at work 8 hours a day. So it's a fine line, but you have to trust your gut. If you would feel uncomfortable having your partner know that you have this friend, or if you're keeping your interactions secret, if your phone calls are always separate, if you're afraid to introduce them, all of that stuff should be a sign to you that there's something going on. And oftentimes a lot of these things, it's like he discussed in chapter 3, right? You don't mean for it to happen. It's the other, it's the negative comp. So when things are bad, you run to the other person, and part of that is human nature. But it's just about keeping the relationship walls and windows strong in your house. So that's the window between each other open and the walls around you two closed. And whenever you confide in the other person more than you do in your partner, that's where you're doing negative comps and you're opening yourself up to betrayal. So super interesting stuff. Look forward to talking with you guys about number 3, which is lying. Not the funnest. So thanks for sticking around with me, and we'll see you soon.